Hey everybody, this is David Barnyard Bees. I'm a little bit late on this video. We've had such bad weather, but this week has been really nice. As you can see, the red maple has already bloomed and pretty much is done. And I do a video on this every year, but this year I didn't get it out. We had some bad freezes at the same time that the red maple was blooming, so it was very short-lived, so they didn't get a whole lot of use out of it, but the bees are still bringing in a lot of stuff. There's a lot of wildflower blooming. Today it's about, right now it's 68 degrees. It was probably about 70 something today. This colony here is a double deep, and it did run low on the resources. As you can see, they're carrying out a lot of the dry sugar, and they've ate a lot of it, and I fed them about 3 times sugar patties that I make. I mean, it's no certain recipe. I mixed a 4-pound bag of sugar and 2 small containers of Cairo syrup. And a lot of people may not agree with doing that, but it works for me. And we'll take a peek, see if they're still in here eating on it. It's about gone. Okay, they're on the last little bit right there, so I'm going to have to make some more. I had a lot in here, and they've ate it down to that little smidgen right there. Right now, today's the last day of February. Tomorrow's first day of March. So the bees are bringing in their own stuff now. They're not touching the pollen feeder at all. They're bringing in pollen from in the field, and they should be bringing in plenty of nectar, and that may be one reason why they're carrying out a lot of the sugar itself. But they're very active. They're bringing a lot of something in. So I will go ahead. This is a time of year you got to be careful. You don't want your bees to run out of resources. Now, I know most people, this was an emergency situation I done here. Had some other issues and not had time to take care of the winter bees like I should. A lot of people will put just a shim on here. This works. I just put a 10 deep on top, put the lid on top of that. I had that thing covered up with sugar. The area was pretty much about 75% that was covered up in sugar, and they've ate it. That was the 3rd time I fed them, so they ate it down pretty good. Now, make sure, please, this time of year, you want to make sure your bees don't starve out now. I mean, you're 1st of March. The last thing you want is your bees to run out of resources and die from starvation after you've taken care of them. After you've taken care of them all the way through the fall and through the winter, to let them die out now. Your bees will increase in population right now, so you know they're going to consume some resources. Make sure they got enough feed. It would be sad for your bees to die right now. There's a lot of wildflowers popping up. There's dandelions, and so they are bringing in a lot of resources. But when I mix that feed up, what I'll do, I'll put it on the stove. I'll put the 2 bottles of Cairo syrup in the kettle and get it warm, not hot. And then I'll add that 4-pound bag. No, I'm sorry, 2 4-pound bags. So 8 pounds of sugar. A little while ago I said 1 bag, but it's 2 bags. 8 pounds of sugar and 2 bottles of Cairo syrup, and it was the small bottles. So I think they're 16-ounce bottles, I believe. And that works out perfect. It's just the right consistency. I get it good and warm. I scrape it out onto a cookie sheet, let it sit overnight, and before it hardens up, I cut it into pieces and put those pieces into the hive. So if you have bees that are hungry or starving out, get to feeding them. That's about it, folks. Don't forget, click on the little bell, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Barnyard Bees.